Hey, welcome back, gearheads. I told you I would be back when I had my Mandrel ready to put back on my Craftsman, so I'm ready to do that. So here we go. Okay, so if you remember from last time, I took off the broken Mandrel. This is the other Mandrel. It looks like it's in pretty good shape, but I'm just as glad I'm going to go ahead and replace both of them, just so I'll be sure they're balanced and that they match. In the last video, I told you to make sure that you take the bolt with you to the hardware store, because it probably wouldn't come with bolts, and it did not come with bolts. Unfortunately, the bolt that I did have did not work in the new Mandrel. The old one, I don't think you can probably see it, but the old one was threaded, and this new one is not. So I took this whole mechanism into the hardware store with me and found bolts that would fit through and let me still have room for the pulley. And I got lock washers to put on to make sure that they don't slip off, and then the nuts that go on the top. So it does fit. Get those holes lined up. One thing that I would recommend is that you not tighten all the bolts, or tighten any of the bolts, until you have all of them in, because you may need to wiggle it around just a little bit. So I've got my 7/16 wrench to hold the lock nut on the top, and I've got my 7/16 socket that I'm going to tighten it from the bottom. So let me get started with that. So I decided to use lock washers with the bolts because the head of these bolts are not quite as big as the originals. So just to help keep it from slipping through that hole, I've got lock washers to put on, and then I bought lock nuts to put on the top. So I just need to find the hole for this guy. Okay, so I have hold of the lock nut with my box wrench from the top, and then I'm going to use my socket underneath to tighten it up. Okay, I've got all four bolts snugged down as tight as I can get them. Now I need to make sure that the belt is back on, both the pulleys, and then replace the pulley covers that I took off last time, and I've got my bolts right here waiting for me to do that, and then put the blade back on, and hopefully away we'll go. Well, it's all put together and looks like it's supposed to. And the main thing is that it mowed correctly. It did not leave a strip down the middle like it has been, so I say good day's work. Thank you all for watching.